Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Claudia Escobedo, Family and Community Partnership Coordinator for the Head Start program. In today's presentation, we'll discuss the importance of engaging fathers in the lives of the children. I hope you enjoy it, so let's get started. A son's first hero, a daughter's first love, the importance of fatherhood engagement. Our mission statement: NCCAA works with partners to apply comprehensive strategies to eliminate the causes of poverty for people of Nueces County. Our learning objectives for today: comprehend the concept of fatherhood and the role of fathers in children's lives. Identify the long-lasting impact of fatherlessness. Examine the unbiased experiences related to fathers and families. Describe how father love is different from mother love and why it matters. And identify strategies to create a welcoming environment for father engagement. Well, if we want to understand and comprehend the fatherhood engagement and the role of fathers, I'd like to start with some definitions. First of all, what is a father? A father is a male parent or a man who has begotten a child. And fatherhood is the state or the time of being a father. Papa, my father. This is a book that I read a couple of years ago. And let me tell you, it's very powerful. In this book, the author described his relationship with his dad, how that relationship helped him or shaped him in the man he became. And as I was reading it, I couldn't help but to think about my own experience, about my own dad, and all the things that he did for me. I was lucky, I was blessed to have my dad when I was growing up. And I think that relationship, that experience with him helped me to see the role of a father. My relationship helped me to become, with my relationship with my dad, helped me to become a confident and independent woman. I remember he will always let me know how much confidence he had in me. Thanks to him, I developed a passion for reading. I remember that he will call me when I was not even in kindergarten. Well, I was in kindergarten probably. But what I remember is when I entered kindergarten, and I think I have shared this before, my mom enrolled me in kindergarten. So the first day of kindergarten, I was there, but the time that my mom came to pick him up, I was already in first grade. Because according to the teacher and the director of school, the principal, I knew how to read already. And because I'm a baby born in October, I was gonna be 6 years old in a couple of weeks. So they decided that I could go to first grade. I can tell that reading skill was developed thanks to my dad. I remember he will call me and to bring a book to him and to read to him. And he will tell me, you know what, there is a comma right there, you need to make a pause. Oh, there's a period right there, you need to make a longer pause. You see, this is an exclamation mark, so you need to make emphasis on the feelings of the sentence. This is a question mark. Do you know how to make that sound? So those are really fun memories of my dad. He also shared with me his passion for soccer. Oh my God, I remember sitting with him watching those soccer games and enjoying every single moment. And the most important thing, the way he treated me helped me to understand and realize the kind of men I wanted in my life and the kind of dad that I wanted for my children. Why am I sharing all this with you? Well, because the love of a mom and the presence of the mom is usually a given, not so much the presence of a father. And that presence or absent, by the way, makes a huge impact in our lives and influences the way we perceive fatherhood. So now we're going to do a little reflection here. Now it's going to be Papa, your father. I want you to think about your own experiences with fatherhood. I'm not going to ask you if you had a dad or not, because that's not the question. We all have a dad. We all have a father. Nobody will be here if we didn't have a father. But that's the science thing. I want to think about your experience with fatherhood. Did you grow up with your biological dad? If yes, how was that relationship? Did he live with you? Did you have a close relationship with him even if he didn't live with you? Or he was just the provider? When we grew up, in our parents and in our culture, fathers were usually seen as that, as providers, as the strong father. They were not allowed to show softness. They were the disciplinarian. They were the providers. They were the image of discipline and power in the home. But you know what? Some of us were lucky to have a close relationship with them. Now, if you didn't have the opportunity to grow up with your biological dad, did you have another father figure in your life? How was that experience? Who stepped in to fill the role of dad? Was a grandpa? Was an uncle? Was your mom's boyfriend? Your mom's husband? Do you have a big brother? Now I want you to think how that experiences have made you see the role of a father. How those experiences have influenced the way you see the role of a father. When you see a father of one of your children, what comes to your mind? Did you judge them based on the experience you had? Did you welcome them as you welcome the moms? We need to think about this. Because if we want to welcome fathers in the program and if we want to make this fatherhood engagement work, we need to buy into the idea of the benefits of fatherhood. And the studies show that there's significant associations between positive father involvement and the well-being of their children. So that's why we need to make sure that fathers are involved. What do they bring to the table when they get involved in the children's life? Well, in the school readiness and behavior area, children with involved fathers display more of the qualities needed for learning. They also display higher levels of self-control, which translates into less behavior problems. In the cognitive, motor, and verbal development area, children with engaged fathers show increased verbal skills, increased intellectual and motor and physical development. You know, when dads talk to their kids, they don't use baby language. They use real words, real conversations. They engage more in conversations than moms do. And I'm not saying that moms are doing a bad job about it. No, it's just they do it differently. And we're going to talk about that when we talk about the differences in parenting styles. Children with engaged dads also show higher mathematical competencies, especially young girls. And as I have mentioned before, fathers don't need to help with the homework or with math assignments. As just by being present, children get that competence development. Fathers also help us to develop security, confidence, and attachment. When fathers are involved, children display increased enthusiasm and curiosity, increased problem-solving competencies, and independence. Fathers also help us to develop empathy. And it's important to know that engaged fathers, whether they live with their children or not, contribute to the well-being of their children. So a father doesn't necessarily have to live in the same household. And we know we have several of our children in that situation. But if the fathers are engaged, if the fathers want to be part of the children's life, we need to help them to get engaged. We need to welcome them. We need to show them and share with them children's progress. Unless there is a court document that prohibits fathers to be part of the children's lives, they have all the right. And we have the responsibility to help them become involved in the children's education. Because if we talk about fatherhood benefits and impact on the children's lives, there is a fatherlessness impact. When fathers are not involved, children suffer. Let's watch this video.
Personally seeing the effect in my own family and in the neighborhood where I grew up, and I see it in our hundreds of teens that come through our programs.
My home life growing up was a struggle, dealing with being in a house with a single parent. It was a lot of financial struggles. We didn't have like running water in the house that we were staying in for almost a year. So like during the time period, we had to get like water from friends and neighbors to try to like boil water, like take baths or just cook or do anything in the house.
When I started transitioning into my high school years, I started seeing a lot of my more distant relatives get into that lifestyle along with my brother, that gang lifestyle.
We was walking in the alley, like we was like coming through an alley, and then this car pulled up, started just shooting, fanning at everybody. You never know when it's gonna happen, you know? So no matter where you at, anybody could just come up and just, just shooting.
for our students weekly, and at least once a month or twice a month, we're having to pray for one of our students, their friend or a family member who was shot. And it's just not okay.
So we can see some father facts here, or I should say fatherless facts. When dads are not around, kids suffer. In America, 23.6% of children, that's according to the 2015 census, live in father-absent homes. Children living in female-headed homes with no spouse present have a poverty rate of 47.6%, over 4 times the rate of children living in married couple families. So as you can see, not only the child suffers, the family suffers as well. The absence of a biological father contributes to increased risk of child maltreatment. You know that when Mrs. Esmeralda Hernandez talks about the child maltreatment, sometimes the perpetrators are people that close to the child helping mom, and they get frustrated with the child, and the child is at risk. When a father is not present, 279% of those children are more likely to carry guns and deal drugs than peers living with their fathers. Children raised in a father-absent home are 2 times more likely to suffer from obesity, compared to pregnant women without father support. Pregnant women with father support experience a lower prevalence of pregnancy loss, 22.2% compared to 48.1%. So moms get benefit also when dad gets involved, and the baby gets the benefit even before it's born, because when dads are involved from the pregnancy, moms are more likely to take the right care of themselves. They have less stress levels, which, you know, when a mom experiences a lot of stress level, that can be passed down to the baby and affect the baby development. So we need to help dads get involved even before the baby is born. But there is good news, you know, because dads want to be dads. I'm gonna share this new video with you. Just bear with me as I find it. I find the screen. If you can see my video, I hope so.
We made it, baby. That was the start. You and the kids. Oh, you got my heart. I'm making paper. My 9 to 5. And I support you. Oh, all of my life. And I'm rolling the minivan to soccer, cheer, and the band. And I'm looking cool all the way. Oh, baby. 'Cause I really don't care what it takes. Cold cereal or screen. Don't let nobody touch it unless that somebody's me. I got 4 words for you. Let's light the barbecue, and we'll be grilling and chilling until the night is through. And I'll make it to your cave, hold you close when you're afraid, taking care of you when you're sick. I'll wake up songs I know. Daddy, taking care of my family. I'm right here, and I'll be the spiritual man you need. And I'm playing and I'm working to get a little tired. Need a little something to get by. Sugar, yes please, won't you come and bring me a little tea? Super Daddy, even when the numbers not just me, I'm right here, and I'll be the spiritual man you need. And playing and working, get a little time, need a little something to get by. Sugar, yes please, won't you come and bring me a little tea?
All right, I hope you enjoy that. So as I said, dads want to be dads. They want to get involved in the children's lives. They just do it differently than moms. Okay, so what can we do to support fatherhood engagement? First of all, use the moms. They are sometimes the big gatekeepers. They think that they know better than dads, but they need to understand that dads can do the job. They just do it differently. Okay, they are dads. They are not moms. Also, we need to take in consideration time. If dads are working, they might not come to school because of their schedule. Or a weekend, maybe it's their time, to enjoy. And I'm saying here that they may not come to school. However, we also have seen something really, really interesting here in the Head Start program. When we plan events after school or in a weekend, thinking that working dads will come, sometimes they don't show up. And I'm thinking that's their rest time, that's their off time. And if we plan activities during school day, they show up. We have had events at a center during the day, sport day with dad. We did our fatherhood proclamation, and we had over 40 dads at that center from 9 to 12. That was amazing. So the key is that they like to do something, not to talk about it. So when we plan for that activities, it got to do something they can participate and do. They come to do an activity, not to hear a lesson, not to sit down in a meeting. Also, I mentioned to you that the benefit for children, it's there even if the dads don't live in the same household. So provide non-resident fathers with the student progress, with reports and other important information, as well as you do to the mom. And you find out what fathers want. What is what they like? What is what they want to do? And how they want to do it. So you can plan and be successful in the activities. And children are often the biggest motivator for the parents. They come. We had experience when we did last year we did our It's a Guy thing at the park, when we did it at the Salinas Park, that we did an event for dads. It was impressive to see all those dads. We have, as I said, on that day also, we have over 40 dads. And I could hear a couple of them over the phone or calling his boss and saying, I'm at my daughter's school. It's an event for my daughter. I'll be at work as soon as it's over. Others were talking to each other saying, I asked for the day off. I had to be here at my son or my daughter's event. So fathers are here want to be part of their children's lives. That's a fact. But as I said, they do it differently than moms. They are just different. Let me show you a short video about that. Okay, as you can see, fathers pray differently than moms. And that's when they come, remember at the beginning we talked about how they promote the gross motor skills, the physical development, because they, in their risk-taking and the problem solving, because they challenge the kids. When they play with them, they challenge them. Moms, we tend to instruct them. We tend to guide them on how to do it. Fathers more likely challenge the kids to take chances, to figure things out, to take risk. And that helps them to build confidence. Okay? I know sometimes it seems like too dangerous, but believe me, dads are there. Dads are there to catch up their kids. Dads are there to hold their hands. Dads are there to support them. Okay? And kids need that. Kids need that encouragement, that push, right? Mm-hmm. Fathers communicate differently to their kids. As I said it before, they don't use baby talk. They talk to the kids as if they were grown-ups. The discipline of fathers is different than moms. They are more based on rules. They are more likely to stick to consequence than moms. Moms are more likely to forget, more likely to let the child get away with things. Dads are not. And that helps them for the real world. Because when you grow up, you pay the consequences. The world is not gonna let you get away with your mistakes or with your non-compliance to the rules. So fathers prepare children for the real world. Fathers provide a look at the world of men. I'm telling you, but the way that I saw my dad treating my mom and treating me, I could see what kind of man I wanted in my life. And I know for others, maybe not exactly a good experience, but also then that helps you to see what kind of man you don't want in your life. Fathers can teach respect for the other sex. And going back to my own experience, I remember I have two brothers, and I remember my dad getting after them when he thought the way they were behaving was not appropriate. If we were there, my mom or my sister, I remember my dad telling them, "You don't talk like that when your mom and your sisters are present. You don't talk like that when women are present." So that I think that helped my brothers to develop that kind of respect, and once again for me to demand that respect. Fathers connect children with job markets. Once again, when they teach them about the real world, kids are more likely to be prepared for the job. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is such a cute video about how a dad interacts with his child. You may get tears, so I just warn you, but I love it. And I thought that it was a must.
For real, man. Cause I gotta go down here, all that noise, and she gotta go into the doctor. She gonna be peaceful. Well, I ain't gonna be peaceful with you.
Good boy.
Take her like a tramp, man, you know. Stay warm.
Boy.
You'll be alright. You keep looking at me. There you go, look at me. You gonna stay strong. Stay strong, man. Stay strong. Hey, look at me. You gotta look at somebody else. Look at me. When you get now, come on now. We gotta do good. Look, now we finna. Now, we finna get these shots. Look at me now. They'll be all right. You gonna be good. I know you gonna cry, but it's okay to cry. It's gonna be okay. It's okay to cry. So come on and get these shots right quick so we don't get our way. So I can hear you scream and cry when you get in the car. But I know you gonna be hot. You gonna be all right.
Lay him on the table for me, Quan.
Uh-oh, here we go. You ready? Come on. Come on. Now you got to look. Now look. Now it's gonna be like, hold. I got your hand. I got you. Dad, hold on to you. I got you. God damn, you strong, boy. I got you.
All right, Pumpkin.
Oh,
Nice
Lord.
and easy.
Hold on. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Come on, man. I feel you, man. Come on, man. Daddy, look. Come on, they go.
Are you videotaping this?
Man, I know it, man. Man, I know it, man. I'm sorry. Man, I know it, man. Look at Daddy. You gotta look at Daddy. You gotta look at Daddy. Oh, man. I know she's thinking you got it any kind of way, man. Come on, man. I know it. Oh, Daddy know it. Daddy know it.
They're too big, and he's not gonna notice anyway.
One
more, Pumpkin. One more.
Oh, Lord, I know it. I know. Come on, Dad. Come on.
See that on
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. I know. They did you wrong. They did you wrong, man. I know. They did you wrong. I know. You can explain to Dad. Yeah. What she did to you? She did. She started in you. It hurt. Okay, come on now. Okay. Daddy him. Told Daddy gonna heal him. Well, you strong though. You strong. So come on and get these shot right quick. So
Oh my gosh, wasn't it that cute? And you see how Dad was talking to the child, right? And Mom was there. Mom was there in the room. She was recording it. So what is there is Mom was letting Dad do the job. How many of us moms wouldn't take the child away from the dad thinking that we can comfort the child better? Okay, so we need to let dads do the job. Here's another cute example.
Ma'am. So we're gonna go to the mall. We're gonna do a little bit of shopping. We might even get you a couple new things. What do you want? You want some new toys? Yeah, you want some new toys? The new toys are good. Yeah. What else do you want? You want some new clothes? Yeah, you want some new clothes? New clothes are good, huh? Of course. Well, what else do you want? Do you want like maybe a new teething ring? Yeah? A new teething ring? We could get you a new teething ring. Okay. What else do you want? Maybe a new binky? You want a new binky? Okay, we can get you a new binky. What else do you want? You want to just go to the stores, look at the old stuff? Yeah? Okay, we can do that. Do you want something else? Maybe we can start you on solid food tomorrow. You want solid food? Yeah, some solid food? Okay, well, let's do some solid food tomorrow. Okay? Okay.
She's tired.
All right, I love you.
Oh my gosh, wasn't that cute as well? You know, and how the kids how children respond to their dads. So, what strategies or activities for fatherhood engagement can we have? How about making a dad? What about me makes you proud poster? Ask the children, ask the dads to make a poster about what makes them proud of their child. Right? I'm proud of my child because, and they just put pictures or write sentences and they bring it to school. It can be a letter as well. I love my daughter or son name because. So they send those letters to school and then you display them around the classroom and you read them to the children. How about bring that to school day? I know we cannot have parents period at all at the center, but it can be virtually. Ask the parents to record a video of themselves with their child, or ask the parents, the dads, to record a message for their kids, and then you play it during school day, right? How about daddy brings child to school day? They cannot come into the center, into the classroom, but they can bring him. Only dads bring child to school that day. Okay, I know not everybody is going to be able to make it, but that's something that we can promote. And talk to moms so they don't feel, I know sometimes moms feel left out, especially if there is not a father in their life, in the children's lives. But we need to help those moms to understand that kids need a father figure. It's important for their development. I know we have had some moms that get offended, that get upset because children don't have a dad. So let's brainstorm with those moms. How can we do? Who can they get involved in the child's life? Sport day with dads, that's also a big one. I know we have had success with that activity. Let's do it virtually as well. On that day, ask the parents to send a video of them and their child playing a sport, some kind of outdoor activity. Maybe wearing the same jersey, or doing something that displays how they are doing sport dates with that. Story time, dads are the best storytellers. I'm sorry, there was a typo right there. But they are the best storytellers. The big bad wolf, it's a lot better when dad is doing it than moms. So once again, ask dads to record themselves reading a book. They can share with you, they can send it to you and you can share with the rest of the class. Science night or day with dad, also, it's going to be virtual. Ask dads to send a video about doing an experiment with their child. All about my dad poster. Ask the kids to make a poster about their dad. Everything about what does the dad likes, where if they work, they go to school, they stay home, what kind of things they do together, the movies they watch, the things that they like to talk about, everything about their dad. So you can once again display it around the room. But the best strategy to fatherhood engagement is for you as a staff to develop rapport and meet the dads where they are. Find what the dads about the dads in your classroom, in the children's about the dads of the children in your classroom. Find about it so you can connect with them and help the children connect with them as well. Mothers and fathers parent differently, and this difference is a big benefit for children. Children need mom's softness as well as dad's roughhousing, because both of these type of interactions provide security and confidence in their own ways. So, at the beginning, I asked you to think about your own father experience. And as I said at the beginning, we all have a dad. We all do, right? Sometimes was present, sometimes was not. So for some of us was present, for some of us was not. So, but either way, that presence or absence impacted us in a certain way. So I want you to write a letter to your dad, present or not, and tell them about your feelings towards him. Thank him if they did a good job, and if they didn't and it hurts to think about it, write a forgiveness letter. Make peace with your dad. And if your dad was not present, I also want you to write another letter. Or if it was present but it was not a pleasant experience and there was another father figure, I want you to write that letter to that father figure. Write that letter thanking them for stepping in, for taking the responsibility or of being a dad to you. If you want to send them the letter, that's okay. That's completely up to you. If you want to let them know, by all means, do that. If your dad is not in this world anymore, still write that letter and keep it in your heart. Because once that we understand our relationship to our own dad, we're going to be able to understand and help our children to develop a positive relation with their own fathers and the father figures that they interact with. Because fathers are far more than just second adults in the home. Involved fathers, especially biological fathers, bring positive benefits to their children that no other person is as likely to bring. They provide protection and economic support and male role models. They have a parenting style that is significantly different from that of mother. And that difference is important in healthy child development. I want to leave you with this thought, and I want to thank you again for your time. If you have any questions, please share with your SIBES managers so they can let us know about it. Enjoy the rest of the presentations if I am the first one, or if I'm the last one. I hope you had a good time. And I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. I want to thank you for all the job that you do, for all the things that you do, for all the things that you will do, for all the things that you have done, for being part of this team. Have a blessed day.